this thing set up? Wait, gotta turn that down so I don't hear my stupid ass voice. Got it, and share. Copy the link. Let me just post this to Twitter so I will know that we have gone live for this. And I just gotta do some stuff. After, oh, no, why is this going so goddamn slow? What the fuck? Rewatching God of War. Not motherfucker, I can't type. Playing God of War Ragnarok. And watching God of War Ragnarok. I will be explaining why the story sucked. Come on! God damn, I can't type. Hang on. There we go, paste. Hector, my dude, what is up, bruh? Alright, boom. Great. Mine. Alright, let's get started. Alright, let's get this started because I don't expect much people in here because it's like 11 at night or something. It's like 11 at night or something. Hector, if you could share this out if you're still in here, that would be great. And gotta go to my other tab. There we go. Alright. Oh my god. We gotta have a discussion because I just got finished after I quit this game because the story sucked. I had to rewatch it because I wasn't playing it after 4 months. Because I got my PS5 in April and I decided I got the Ragnarok bundle. Let's play Ragnarok, see if I'm being a little harsh on God of War Ragnarok. And wait, let me just put that over there. Damn it. There, that's a lot better. Okay, after rewatching this game because I was not playing it because the story fucking sucks. I'm about to explain why this story sucked and why I quit in the middle of this game. After literally forcing myself to play this game. This story is such a clusterfuck. I cannot believe the God of War story standards have dropped so far in what? 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. 5 years since God of War 2018 went out. And God of War 2018 was a masterpiece. I mean, if we saw Faye in the beginning of 18, then it would have been a better masterpiece. But I digress. Wait, what Judge News? Huh? Anyway, I'm not getting kicked in the dick more by the Yankees this season. I'm gonna just ignore that. I'm gonna just ignore the Judge news for now. I will look it up later. I got a business to take care of. So, Barlog and Santa Monica Studios, I have questions that need answers after rewatching, after quitting this game. Now, let me get first with the combat. The combat is fine. It's not what it was in the original God of Wars, and yes, I do agree with Under the Mayo. We should be able to jump in this game so I can actually have my aerial combat back because I like the aerial combat in OG God of War. But other than that, the combat's fine. It's whatever. But now let's get to the thing that makes this game from a good game to meh. Is the story. Holy Jesus, the story. Now, I have written bullet points down in Google Docs so I can know what I want to talk about because I'm dumb as shit. But the first bullet point is the first 2 hours of this game. The first 2 hours flow perfectly, flow amazing. There is a great formula that they had in the first 2 hours. They had the plan set up in the first 2 hours that this game was going to be a masterpiece, like 2018 was, because it built off 2018. The only thing I would change, I wrote this down so I will be looking this way so I can read it. The only thing I would change is when Kratos hears Atreus say, "Stop thinking like a father and start thinking like a general." He should have said no with more fear in his voice. Because let's travel back in time, shall we? And travel back to God of War 1. The last time he thought like a general, he went into Athens and mistakenly killed his wife and daughter. Calliope and Lysandra were not supposed to be in Athens at the time. Ares decided to play fuck around and found out, which Kratos is 14-0. when in Greece he's 14-0 in that game. Just by the way, he's 14-0. And Ares was the first one that wanted to play fuck around and find out. And he decided to play fuck around and find out with his wife and daughter, bring them from Sparta to Athens, and decided, well, this should go perfectly. This should go well. This should go absolutely swimmingly. He's gonna kill his wife and daughter. I'm gonna have my warrior. I can wipe the slate clean of him being a human. Kratos can be my protege. I'm good. Well, everything else, Kratos gets a little pissed off. He doesn't even want revenge. He doesn't even get revenge on Ares until Athena brings it up, because Athena promises, kind of indirectly, kind of in a way where it doesn't go to her fault that she doesn't clear Kratos' mind of his nightmares, but seemingly make Kratos think she wants to, but doesn't. Until Athena brings that up, he doesn't go after Ares. He goes to the Suicide Bluffs and say, "The gods of Olympus have abandoned me. There is no hope." And falls off the Suicide Bluffs. Yankee Kyle, what is up? But that's all I would change about the first 2 hours of this game. Is basically Kratos, when he hears Atreus saying, "Stop thinking like a father and think like a general," is have him have flashbacks in that mode where, okay, oh God, I lost my daughter and my wife thinking like that. I'm not doing that again. He's like, no, 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 just no. Where it's fear coming out of him, and Atreus is a little confused. Atreus is like, that's weird. I've never seen father that scared. Okay, just gonna move on. Just gonna move on from that. And now we get to the things, and now we get to post 2 hours, where this makes the game story a cluster fuck of what the fuck is the point. First, Tyr. He's basically just a useless NPC until he kills Brock. That's it. Freya, Jesus fucking Christ, Freya. Could you have not scripted this bitch to be more annoying and condescending of any NPC I've ever met? If the conversation is not going in Freya's way, Freya does not give a shit about the conversation. He literally told Freya, a person that he has no connection with whatsoever. The only connection he has is when he saved when she saved Atreus. That was it. And then, just blurts out the mouth about Deimos, his brother that he lost, for the apparent reason of maybe. Maybe we could be friends again, I don't fucking know. Just blurt out the one thing that I hate most in life that I've ever done. Oh yeah, there's a time where I was tricked by a god to kill my wife and daughter and burn Olympus to the ground. I'm just gonna tell this random broad this. What? Why was Calliope and Lysandra brought back with such laziness? Huh? Why? Why? If you wanted to bring back Calliope, literally I could have done a better job of bringing back Calliope and Lysandra back to the series. Well, you can't really bring Lysandra back because she's dead. She wasn't in. What was that place? Elysium. She wasn't in Elysium with Calliope. It was only Calliope. Because Calliope is also a demigod. I'm fucking up so much in this because I'm so pissed at this game. She is a demigod because she is born from Kratos, who is also a demigod, turned god, because he is the son of Zeus. So that demigodness goes right down to Calliope. It doesn't go to Lysandra. So Lysandra is dead. You can't bring her back. It makes no sense to bring her back. She's dead. Bringing back Calliope makes sense because she's a pure soul in Elysium. So you can basically have a get out of jail free card with bringing back Calliope. I do like him. I've already went over the NPCs. Light of Alfheim. Now, I have a conspiracy theory in this. The Light of Alfheim. Now, I have written this down so I can read it because it was in my head at the time while I was rewatching the playthrough because I might have missed it when I was playing it. But here's the thing. Kratos hears something in the Light of Alfheim. But I ask you, it was built in 2018 that Atreus is the only one that can hear voices through that whole game, it is basically said and confirmed that Atreus is the only one that can hear voices in that game. It is confirmed in the story that, yes, Atreus is the only character that can hear voices. That can hear the voice of his mother. That's it. Kratos can't hear nothing. He basically only can recall the acts. That's it. It is confirmed. It is put in stone, put in pen, and written on paper of the script. But then Kratos hears a thing. In the light of Alfheim. He hears something in the light of Alfheim. But for some reason, but for some reason, Atreus doesn't hear his mother's voice anymore. But why would Kratos hear Faye's voice when he's already having dreams of Faye? That's not logical to me. That wouldn't be put in the story if it was Faye, because he's already had dreams of Faye prior to this event of the Light of Alfheim, making him hear something. But I ask you, oh, I like that for light, damn it, whatever. When Atreus, something hit me when Atreus said she's gone, and Kratos had the face of if he was having flashbacks of Calliope. His body language, the way he reaches his arm out is like he's in shock now. He remembers in God of War Chains of Olympus. It is confirmed that Calliope is now a pure soul. Could the hope that was released in God of War 3 be the potential to bring back Calliope in the series and reunite the father and the lost daughter? And Santa Monica just let that slip right out of their hands. Pretty much like the Yankee left field, which can't catch anything. They pretty much were the Yankee left field that, oh crap, can't catch anything. But the way he side-eyes Atreus after hearing a slight side-eye after his hand is up and he drops it down slowly, and then he side-eyes Atreus. Why did he side-eye Atreus? Because he heard the flute. He heard Calliope in the Light of Alpha. The way his face is, the way his body language, the way he side-eyes Atreus just confirms it for me. But that could have been your way of bringing her back, is use the Light of Alfheim for the hope and her being a pure soul. Athena was already in 2018. You can literally make it easy for yourself. Have Athena bring Calliope with her. Because Athena now feels bad for the father Kratos has become for making him do everything he did in Greece and close the Kratos chapter of God of War. But that's too logical for some reason. And then they sit around Sindri's table, eat, come up with a plan to get to Odin, and whatever. And then we go to Ironwood. Fuck Ironwood. Just plain out, fuck Ironwood. I'm not saying nothing over that much for Ironwood. But fuck Ironwood. That's it. Fuck Ironwood. And then for some reason, we get the Freya. Freya comes in as a Valkyrie. We fight her, both battling, whipping each other's ass. And then it turns out to be Freya. And then when Kratos refuses to fight her, because let's be honest, Freya could not last 5 minutes in a fight with Kratos. If she decided when Atreus came looking for Freya and decided to go on with killing Atreus, every motherfucker was dead. He didn't care if it was Alfheim, Asgard, Freya's realm that I forgot the name of, and any of the 9 realms. He wouldn't have given a fuck. He would have just said, alright, one person killed my son, all y'all are fucking dead. He don't care. He'll find Tyr, wherever the hell he was, and then dead. Just because Freya wanted to fuck around and find out. And then be on that list of fuck around and find out. But for some reason, when Kratos stops Atreus from going all bear cub on Freya, then for some reason in her head, she's like, oh, maybe I should team up with the dude that killed my son. Fucking what? And this happens in literally 5 minutes. 1 minute we're fighting the bitch. Next minute she's teaming with us. Because she wanted to free herself of Midgard. Of Midgard's hold that Odin put her under. Why in the fuck do I care? Why do I care so much? I don't. I literally could not care less about Freya's curse, Freya's this, Freya's that. I couldn't care less. I couldn't give a shit. I'm not even kidding. I could not care damn less of Freya being, oh hey, yeah, she was a friend. Now she's a terrible character. Could you just, oh hey, it's not all about me. It's not my game. And this is why the next bullet point is Freya is an awful character. You think Under the Mayo's bad with his hate for Atreus? Freya is fucking worse than Atreus. Now, I like Atreus. He's good. He's okay. He's good. But why the fuck is Freya such a condescending bitch every 5 minutes? We go meet her brother. And then she says, oh, these two are under my service. Bitch, no the fuck we ain't. I have my axe. I will throw this shit out you, kill you in front of your brother, and then fink. And then fink with the Blade of Olympus. The Blades of Chaos and fink. Alright. Cool. Dead. Sick. Like, alright, cool. And then Mia would be like, brother, why'd you do that? She fucking annoying. Sorry. Just tell Atreus that she fell. Just tell Atreus that she ran into a pole and the pole killed her. She didn't pay attention and killed her. Anyway. But then we talk to her about Deimos. And then for some reason she just ignores everything we have just said over the conversation with Deimos. And then just ignores it and says, oh yeah, this bitch don't know anything of what I'm talking about. Oh, you have a brother? Oh, you have no idea what I'm talking about. Even though your brother's dead. You told me your brother was captured when you were younger and is dead. But yet I'm just gonna ignore all that and tell you you're a fucking idiot and don't know what the fuck you're talking about. What? My brain is confused. Can somebody explain this to me? Because my brain is confused and cannot process this shit. And then we go under a little cave, scoot through the little hole in the wall to fight, or not to fight, but to tell. And then we tell Freya about, yes, we do know what it's like to lose a child. Yes, we do know what it's like. She's like, oh, there was another before Atreus? Yes, there was Calliope. I said, yes, her name was Calliope, and then she just shuts down. She literally just shuts the conversation down. Of, oh, I should never have asked. What the fuck character development is that? What in the fuck character development is that? And then, after we tell her the story for no apparent reason, the story of Calliope and Lysandra for no fucking reason, she then just goes back and being a bitch, and then just say, oh, your platitudes won't work with me, shut the fuck up. Basically telling us you're an idiot, don't know what the hell you're talking about, fuck your daughter, fuck your brother, fuck your wife. Huh? Yeah. For some reason we decided, oh, let's tell this girl, who I don't even have a connection with, my biggest secret. Just blurt it out for no fucking reason. Why? Just why? I can't stand this fucking story. Just why did we blurt out it for no reason? It was so lazy to bring back Calliope. Because you can bring back Calliope, you cannot bring back Lysandra. Anyway, I'm moving on before I have a fucking migraine with this story. I don't understand why did we bring back Calliope in this instance. It had no reason to. It had no reason there. None. Zero. Zilch. No reason. And then Atreus just goes to Asgard. And then Atreus goes to Asgard. With no plan. And then goes to Freya's house. And then, for some reason, is at Freya's house. While trying to go to Asgard. And then Odin's owl picks up Atreus from Freya's house. Okay. And then for some reason, he drops Atreus in the water. And then, whee! Down the river he goes drowning. Odin just ready to get every motherfucker killed in Asgard. Because he decided to just drop Atreus in the water where he can't swim and is drowning. And then his apprentice, apprentice is just there drowning. Going along the river until he finds a rock where he can, whee! Just pull himself up and whee! And then, and then, hey, I'm ready. Alright, cool. And then just doesn't bring up why did you drop me in the water why did one of your owls drop me in the water? Not owls, crows, sorry. I just was like, wait, nope, it's not owls, it's crows. But why did you randomly just drop him in the water if you want him to trust you? Uh, I don't know. And then he meets the other Asgard character. I forgot their name because they added zilch to the story. They added literally nothing. It was just something for Kratos to do in the dead time between the Asgard wall climbing and him coming out of the water after drowning. After almost drowning. Literally just, here's something to do right in the middle of it. Here, meet this random dude from Midgard. He's cool. So far, Odin doesn't seem like a villain. Besides the fact he literally dropped Atreus in the water and didn't know he couldn't swim. But he's fine. Other than that, has not shown to be a villain. He saved the Midgardians from the winterish realm of Midgard. He literally has them in the nice little area where they can get food, they can get shelter, they can get water, all the necessities to live. And then it's like, here, you're not in the Asgard wall, but here you go, have fun. Here's your little space. So far, Santa Monica, Odin ain't seeming like a villain here. Because I don't give a shit what happened to Freya. Oh, what happened with Mimir was literally a punishment. So he's just a dictator. Cool. That's not really a villain. He's just a dictator who's a boss. He's a boss who's a dick. That's it. Cool. The wall climbing section. Fuck the wall climbing section. That's it. Literally 2 things I've already said to go fuck itself. Ironwood and the wall climbing section of this game. Because why did a fake climbing section need to be in the game for no reason? But we can have a fake ass wall climbing section, but not have Calliope back in the game. Makes no fucking sense. Anyway, moving on, giving the wall climbing section more time than it needs to. And then, actually, no. I'll get to that in a bit. Heimdall. The dude is the best character in this game. I'm not even gonna lie. He's literally the best character in the game. He's a funny, arrogant prick. And I love it. I love everything they've done with Heimdall. I will praise Heimdall to death in this game. He's the best villain in this game. Because he's an actual villain. He's a cocky prick. He's a know-it-all. And he's an actual villain. Holy crap, what a concept. Maybe they should have taken notes from Heimdall to Odin. The Mask. The Mask. It literally added nothing to the story outside of, here, go do something, Atreus. Here, go do something so you can build trust with Odin. For some reason, just here's a mask. Here, he's a big, huge Jim Carrey fan, so here, we'll give you a replica mask that you can just go, here, I'll just tear this piece off, throw it somewhere in the 9 realms, and then you can go find that piece, whatever. It added nothing to the story, besides just give something for Atreus to do. It added absolutely zero zilch nada to the story. Why was the mask even involved if it had nothing to do with the story? For no reason. And then teaming with Thor and Thrud. Why in the hell did Thor and Thrud not sell a plan to get Atreus from Kratos to their side? They know what happened in Asgard. In Asgard, they know what happened in Athens. Hang on. There we go. Here. Eh. Okay. Okay, hang on. Here, I'll just speed run this. I'll just try to make this as quick as possible. Where was I? Oh yeah, it's even with Thor through. Why the hell did they not sell a plan to Atreus to get him away from one of the most destructive characters in this game's world? For some reason, they're like, we have Kratos' son right here. We know what happened in Greece. Everybody played fuck around and find out. He decided he just slaughtered everybody. We have his son here, which is a key to get him depressed. The key to get Kratos off his game and down in the dumps is his kid. But no, we ain't gonna use that. We ain't gonna use that as leverage. We ain't gonna use that at all as leverage against Kratos. Nope, we're just gonna... Jesus, my nose is run. Jesus, my nose is... Jesus. My nose is all stuffed. Anyway, but we're not gonna use that at all. Just, nope. Not gonna use it. Nope. Yeah, that's fine. We're just not gonna use that idea at all. It's okay. It's cool. We're just not gonna use Atreus to get Kratos in a more down mood, knowing that he's the most destructive character in this universe. That's okay. We'll just completely want to kick in Thor's side. Let's just throw Mjolnir at his neck. What? Thor, you said in the fight with Kratos that you were in. You wanted to see the God of War. And you know what happened with the Ghost of Sparta thing. But for some reason, you wanted to go after his kid. The illogical stuff that was booked and scripted for this game makes no goddamn sense. Why did Thrud... He is literally a teenager. His hormones are probably through the goddamn roof. Thrud is the same fucking age as Atreus. Why the hell did they not use Thrud to try to seduce Atreus away from his father to kick him in to low blow his ass later and stab him in the back, so he can have something to stab him in his back like his father did. So later in the game, Kratos can see that his son has the anger that he once had in his past because of people wronging him like people have wronged Kratos. I don't understand this. Why in the fuck did this not happen? Thrud could have been perfect to seduce Atreus away from his father, away from Team Kratos, to Team Asgard. Like, why did they not use that? It's like, hey, Thrud could be Kratos' girlfriend. This is nice. They're gonna team up. They're gonna get the sides to work together. Turn Odin. It's like, turn Odin's family against him. This is gonna be a nice... party. This is going to be a great, great team. And then, boom, low blow, just right in the nuts. Why did they not do this? I don't understand. And then they had Thrud. Basically just meh, whatever, Atreus. Just, I guess I'm teaming with you. I guess. Like, not care about Atreus at all. I am so confused of why. And then, oh, now while we're in Garm. Oh, and then when we release Garm, now she wants to be our friend because, oh, now we screwed up. I might have to save you from the All-Father. But then now, after that, after we talk to her mother, after killing her child, Stiff, or Sif? Stiff or Sif? Sif. Was it Steph or Sif? Stiff. Probably Sif. After we talk to her mother, Sif, tell her about her want to be a Valkyrie. And then now she wants to be our friend. What sense does this make? I was literally playing it and I'm like, I'm done with this game story. It sucks ass. And then the next thing that happens. We meet up at the house. We go over a little planning with Tyr, with Mimir, with Kratos all there. The gang's all there. We decide to go. Kratos decides, let's go find the Norns. Because I know Atreus is in Asgard and I gotta save his ass. Again, I gotta save his ass. What happens with the Nightmare Shadows? Now, I'm gonna travel back in time. What was one thing that was confirmed back in God of War 1, God of War 2, God of War Chains of Olympus, and God of War Ascension? And actually no. Not God of War Ascension, because that predates when Calliope was slaughtered in Athens. God of War Chains of Olympus, God of War Ghost of Sparta, God of War 1, and God of War 2. His nightmare is the day he killed Calliope and Lysandra. That was the nightmare that he had. But yet, it's not used in the Nightmare Shadow sequence. Freya's is, Mimir's is, but then the only nightmare that is shown is probably the secondary nightmare that he has, that he's living with, is Atreus going to Odin and calling him a monster without actually having Atreus as a fake Atreus see what happened in Athens, having that nightmare collide and him get brought down to his knees and get into a panic of, has Atreus seen this? Have him go through all of these ideas in his head of, has Atreus seen this? And then the Norns confirm that he has not, that he does not know this. And then the Norns were in this game for no goddamn reason. They're just saying, oh yeah, you're predictable. So that's why we don't even try to predict fate. We don't even try to use fate. You're just predictable. What? What? You're predictable? That's the excuse for bringing in the fates. Is you're predictable. That's basically what they summed up Freya, Mimir, and Kratos as. Predictable. It's like, we don't have to try. You mortals are predictable. You normal gods are predictable. Us other higher beings, we don't even have to try to predict fate. You guys are just predictable. The peasants. We spit on you. But what? You're basically using Freya, Mimir, and Kratos as a person, as people who literally are just used as predictable. That's the thing. They just tell them, oh, Atreus is going to die at the hands of Heimdall. No build, no nothing. Just go right there. Just no build toward it. They built the whole story around Kratos being down after the death of Calliope, getting his confidence back, and then going after Ares. Nope. It's just boom, go right after Heimdall. This is the theme that you're seeing in this game, in God of War Ragnarok. Everything is rush, rush, rush. Because instead of making it God of War Ragnarok Part 1 and Part 2, they just crammed Part 1 and Part 2 together and said, you know what, we can get this done in one game. And the story suffers for it. Because you have no time to build anything. No time to build any kind of story, of tension between characters, or anything. You have no time to build anything. Besides of what was built off of 2018 that doesn't work in Ragnarok. Because they haven't built Ragnarok to build off 2018 like God of War 1, God of War 2, God of War 3 builds off each other with the in-between links of Chains of Olympus and Ghosts of Sparta. They basically intertwine those games right in between God of War 1 and 2 and 2 and 3. Right in between, actually no, right in between 1 and 2 is both of those games. And then 2 and 3 are the back end of the OG story. As Ascension 1 and Chains of Olympus and Ghost of Sparta right in the middle of 2 and 3. You know what they do with Ragnarok? Cram everything in. It's like, you know what? It's like square peg. Go down in this circle hole. And then they just cram everything. No build to the Norns. No build to Freya coming back to our side. No build with Brock's death. No build with Sindri going from, oh, I hate you guys, to now I'm back on your team. No build for the separation of Kratos and Atreus. No build for anything. Everything that was, you built up a relationship in one game between Kratos and Atreus. They should have been inseparable. And then you use the Norns to tell Kratos that he is facing a death of another child. And you don't decide to build a story off of that. You're just like, gung-ho, I'm gonna go right after Heimdall. Why? Why? There's like no build for anything because they crammed 2 games into one. So it inflicts the story with poison. That the story gets killed for it because we still don't know who's the champion. The Nord didn't tell us who the champion is of anything. 1 second it's Atreus, the other it's Kratos, then it's back to Atreus, then it's back to Kratos, then it's Atreus, then it's back to Kratos. We still don't know who's the champion. We still don't know who blew the horn. We don't know who the champion is. We don't know who blew the horn. We don't know what that lightning bolt was in the desert that they fought the dragon in. Why? There's so many more questions than answers for this game. And now we have the face-off that everybody is waiting for. We get to see it in this game. Odin and Kratos face to face, 1-on-1, without Thor, without the sons. Thor and Atreus. They're out of the picture. It's 1-on-1. And then, for some reason, they just say, don't know what godhood is. Has everybody ever worshipped you? Has everyone ever prayed to you? I don't know if the Spartan warriors, but you see in God of War 2, the literal first second, it is confirmed that every single war is under the watchful eye of Kratos. And then every warrior looks up and says, and literally make sure they're making Kratos proud while looking upward. Oh, I don't know what it's like to be worshipped, or I don't know what it's like to be prayed to, and yet every single warrior, it is confirmed in God of War 2 that every single Spartan warrior and warrior in general, full stop, worships Kratos every war. What? And then they put it in Ragnarok that Kratos doesn't know what that's like. And then Odin says killing without a cause. Oh, you mean like when the gods tricked him to kill? You mean when Ares tricked Kratos into killing his wife and child? And when the gods basically were on his side, stabbing him in the back, on his side, stab him in the back, on his side, stab him in the back. Basically ripping the humanity out of Kratos every 15 minutes. So that on the developer side is just lazy to do any research on the game you are making currently. To not even know your own game, your own lore, or as Matt Pat says, lore. The own lore that is within your whole universe. Because it is confirmed that every single pantheon is in the same spherical universe. They live within that same universe. Because with Kratos going from Greece to Scandinavia, where the Norse realm is, it is confirmed they are in the same exact universe with the Egyptian universe, the Japan, the Greece. Every single pantheon is in this universe. So they know about what Kratos did. But Odin still thinks Kratos killed without a cause, which makes no sense. Illogical storytelling, because you can go look at God of War 1, Chains of Olympus, goes to Sparta, God of War 2, God of War 3, and find causes within seconds through God of War 1 to God of War 3 in timeline order. Ascension 1, Chains of Olympus, Ghost of Sparta 2 and 3, and 18. Actually, no, the OG God of War, and find a cause within those games. Within seconds. It is not hard to find it. Because, I wonder why. I wonder why he did all this killing and then at the end of 3 felt guilt about it. But no, let's just say he killed without a cause and he's just a monster. And he's just a raw angry man, goes angry issues, beat crap out of people. Do the developers even know their own game? Like, this was so lazy. When Odin met Kratos, Odin should have put the button of Calliope down and see how far he could get. Because that is what a real villain would have done. They would have pushed that button so far, see how many times they can push that little button. But Odin just like a counselor to Kratos or something. He's not really a villain. He's just like a dude wanting peace. That's about it. He wants answers of where he's gonna go after he dies. Why do I care? Legitimately, why do I give a fuck? Why do I care about what answers Odin wants? It's like, cool, Odin, you want answers. Why do I care about this? Cool. Anyway, and then we go see the second Fae. And then we see Fae for the second time in this game, because I forgot to mention that we've seen Fae in this game in the first 2 hours. We've seen Fae in the second time in this game. Both times were okay. I liked it. It was cool. It was good. I appreciate it. We see Fae like we should have in 2018, but yet we don't. When we should have seen her in 2018, it would have made more sense and made the journey to spread her ashes on the highest peak of all the realms a little better, a little more touching to the player, that a person we have never met, we have to spread their ashes. That makes no sense. But other than that, the Fae parts, they were cool. They were good. I liked them. They were good. Wrong game, but good. Then we get Odin sitting on a bed with Atreus. And Odin just like, oh, you want to go home? Cool. I'll let you go home. Have fun. It's like, well, I don't have my buddy with me. I won't find my answers because I kind of need Atreus. I need Loki. Because the rest of the idiots that I work with don't know how to do this. So I kind of just fucked. I want my answers and I need Atreus. But he wants to go home. I'm not going to be a douchebag and just tell him, fuck you, you got to stay. No, I'm just going to let him go. I'm still not seeing a villain in Odin. I'm seeing more of a villain in Heimdall than I am Odin. And Heimdall is a side villain. Odin's the main villain. I'm so far have not seen a villain in Odin in this game. Have not seen it once. I'm just like, where where's the villain? I was told Odin is the main villain of this game, and I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing the villain Odin. This dude just seems like a counselor. I'm not seeing a villain. He told Atreus, you can go home. Without using his wizard powers to put up a little realm of Athens and show Atreus what happened it at that time, to pull Atreus away from his father and potentially have Kratos himself again. Well, attempt to himself again. Because the last time his child was killed and he couldn't wipe that memory away, he went to the suicide bluffs and went bing. But then for some reason, Odin just lets him go. Just, yeah, cool. Our mule ticket, our basic key to winning a war against Kratos, I'm just gonna let go. Think, yeah, you can go. I'll just wait. I'll just wait for my answers. I'm good. I'll just go listen to music. Cool. I'll just go listen to the music. I'll just find a musical dwarf and then go tell him to play me music while I wait. While I wait for you to come back. Don't hesitate to come back. See you later, buddy. Literally, that was it. Just that was it. No manipulation. No nothing. I'm still not seeing a villain. Still. And we're what? At this point, 20? We're what, 15 hours into this game? 10 hours into this game yet? We still have another couple of hours to go in this game. And I still have not seen the idea of what we are doing. I don't know what the plan is, what the direction is of this game. And I have no clue where this villainous Odin is. I'm still trying to figure it out. But then we have Garm, one of my favorite parts. Garm and Fenrir. The puppy is adorable. When Garm turned into Fenrir, and I saw it, I was like, if anybody hurts that dog, Kratos better go full bore and kill everybody. If anybody on his team even touches a fucking fur on that dog, I was ready to go ape shit with Kratos. I am not joking to you. When Fenrir went up to Atreus like a dog seeing its owner, that was adorable as shit. I wanted to boop the nose and give pets to Fenrir, even though I probably would have got squashed. But it's a pupper. It's a huge pupper, but it's a puppy. I fucking love that dog. It was amazing. I loved it. It was great. It was a fantastic moment. It was the best moment in the game. I am not kidding. It's the best moment in that game. Now where are we? Okay. Kratos and Atreus share a moment. When Kratos is falling back into his old ways, he is scared that he's going to do the same thing again. Fall in the same line that he did before. where it's, oh, my son, I gotta protect them. It's like I'm thinking like a general again. I can't think like a general with my son. Where I can't think like a general with my son. Because the last time I thought like a general with my son, it cost me my daughter. Wait, hang on, because I just put my phone on a charger. So, wait. Da, da, da. Okay. Yeah, my phone's on a weird charger stand that I got. It's kind of shit, but whatever. I'll make it work. Okay, where were we? Oh, yeah. Kratos and Atreus share a moment. It was a very nice moment. It was a good moment to have in the game because it shows Atreus and Kratos' bond that was built from 2018 to this game. Kratos is falling into his old ways of thinking like a general before thinking like a father. And the last time that happened, he lost Calliope. He lost Lysandra. He doesn't want that happening again. So you can tell in his voice at that time. He is looking at this. Like, oh God. You can tell in his eyes, in his body language. He's like, oh God, it's going to happen again. I'm going to make a mistake and lose Atreus again and lose Atreus. He hides it by saying, I'm pushing you away. But every single OG God of War fan knew what Kratos was really gunning for in the undertext of that conversation. He's scared he's going to pull in Asgard what he pulled in Athens. He's going to be raising some hell, kicking some ass, and then shing, bing, goes Atreus' head like it was Calliope. But he didn't want that to happen again. So he made sure to have a conversation with Atreus. And it was beautiful. This was beautifully done. This was beautifully made. And a beautiful callback by Atreus. A beautiful combat or callback by Atreus when Kratos said, I'm sorry. Atreus then said the same thing Kratos said to Atreus. Don't be sorry. Be better. It was beautiful. Now, speaking of beautiful, the Skull and Hadi moment of Atreus pulling the bow, putting that into the sky, Skull and Hadi run across the moon. It was beautiful. And then we get to not so beautiful in Freya's army. I didn't care about a single one of these characters that we had in Freya's army. Literally could not give a fuck. Literally could not give a single fuck. I do not care. Why do I care about any of these characters? There was no build. There was no character bond. Jesus. There was no character bonding going on. There was just, oh, hey, we're teammates now. Cool. Let's go. That was it. It was just like, hey, we're teammates now. Cool. But then we get the Heimdall's death. Now, the Heimdall death was very well done. The only thing I would change is make the Heimdall death like the Zeus death, where you have Heimdall down and Kratos with like a Fez press over him, and boom, boom, boom. Where Mimir is there seeing all this, and you see him cave Heimdall's face in to make sure that Odin knows not to fuck with Atreus. Because if you remember, he wanted to kill Atreus. He took him out. That's why he got that done. But then we get to a death. Actually, do I want to say more about the Heimdall death besides it was goodly done? The only thing I would change is this. No, that's it. The Heimdall death was beautifully done. Beautiful where Mimir was, where Heimdall was, where Kratos was. It was beautifully done. The other death that was not beautifully done was Brock. It was basically done for no apparent reason. Brock's death came out of nowhere with no build, no nothing that tier was anything. Nothing. Just cool. It's like, cool. Tier showing that he kind of has that old God of War in him. Oh, never mind. Brock's dead. Fuck. Just for shock value. That's all Brock's death was shock value. That's all I got out of Brock's death. Was, oh, cool. It's shock value. I mean, that's cool, I guess. But I didn't get anything out of Brock's death. There should have been more buzz around his death than there was. There was nothing. And then his old death that Sindri brought him back from was dropped on us during fucking walking dialogue. The same dialogue that Calliope was brought up in. Fucking walking dialogue. Hey? What is with death and being brought up in walking dialogue? Exploration dialogue, if you will. Literally, Sindri just drops a complete nuke on us that, oh hey, Brock died and I brought him back. What? What? Okay, just dropping nukes of knowledge for us in walking dialogue while I'm literally trying to figure out where the secret chests are. Just have a bomb dropped on us. Oh, Brock has died. And then I brought him back. Cool. You're seeing why this game should have been 2 parts to it. Ragnarok Part 1 and Part 2 would have made this so much easier. And then another thing that was beautifully done. And then here's one more piece that I will praise. The callback with the deer hunt was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful. They let it play out as it did in 2018 to where Atreus was down sights on a deer. It was beautiful. And then Kratos brings his hand to Atreus to lower his bow. Atreus is confused, says, "What are you doing?" And Kratos says, "This is a distraction. We are wounded and running. We need to go back and help." And then, after that beautiful gorgeous part of the game, segment of the game. Then we go to Sindri, who completely hates us now, will not team with us, so basically tells us to go fuck ourselves and fuck off. Basically telling us, you're no good to me anymore. Oh, fuck off. Bye-bye. Now, fuck off. And then, literally, like 30 minutes later, game time, he, for some reason, just teamed with us. Why? Why does he, for some reason, just out of the blue, just team with us? It's like, oh, hey, I'll team with you guys. Just completely forgetting that I, in my head, think you guys are the reason my brother's dead. But nope, I'm just gonna team with you anyway. Shut up, AC. I'm confused. Asshole. For some reason, why? Why is for some reason this the most illogical bullshit I've ever seen in my life? And then Sindri is teaming with the people he believes got his brother killed. Oh, why? Why? For why? So he goes from hating us, telling us to fuck off. 30 minutes later, he's, oh yeah, I'll team with you guys to kill Odin. And then for some reason, he's the one to kill the marble that has Odin's soul in it. Killing Odin. Why? Just why? Why is Sindri the one to do that? Why? Why did Sindri just not team with us? That would have made more sense for the Atreus game to have Sindri be an enemy in that game. That would have made more fucking sense. It's like, oh hey, we found Atreus' first enemy. It's an old friend in Sindri. It's an old friend in Sindri. Where did the creativity go? Where did the creativity go? Now, I know I've basically made a reference to the old God of Wars. But it's different with Sindri and Deimos. Deimos fought his brother. Deimos fought his brother. His brother let him win. He was taken by the god of death. And basically, with one, here's the ledge. With one hand on the ledge, basically looking around for Kratos. Kratos is right there. Kratos is to his right. Basically, to his right, yelling, "Help, brother, help me." Kratos climbs all the way up. Trickles his way over to Deimos, pulls him up, and saves him. And then we got Deimos over on our team as our brothers are united again. Reunited after years of Kratos thinking his brother's dead. And Deimos thinking his brother just doesn't care about him anymore. So in two completely separate realms, Deimos is thinking Kratos doesn't give a shit about him anymore, and Kratos is thinking Deimos is dead. So there's the difference. Sindri is my brother's dead. I hate these dudes. These dudes basically got my brother killed with bringing Odin into my home, and then 20 minutes later just teaming with him for Ragnarok. What? 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 It. And then here's the thing that makes more of zero sense. Freya's brother decides, hey, I'll go get the elves. Mimir, like everybody else playing this game, like everybody the fuck else playing this game, sir, they have been feuding for centuries. How in the fuck are you going to reunite dark elves and light elves? You stupid. You are dumb. And then a few time passes. We think, meh, Freya's brother's dead somewhere, trying to reunite the light elves and the dark elves. And then he comes back. After some time, he comes back. Reports back to Kratos. In the span of 20 fucking minutes. 20 fucking minutes. This man got centuries of a feud. You think the Bloodline feud went a long time. That's 3 years. Going on 4. This was centuries of a feud that is burrowed up into they will never be together again. 20 fucking minutes. 20 fucking minutes it took for Freya's brother to go to the Elven Realm. I forgot the name of it. I literally forgot the name of it. Don't know why. Don't really care. Go to there. And then, because they like him, they just decided, you know what? Let's stop this centuries-long feud that we have with each other to go fuck over Odin. That is legitimately the reason they stopped fighting. Was because they like me. What? What's because they like me? This is the laziest script I've ever seen in my goddamn life. Good God. I'm pretty sure Dora the Explorer had better story writing than this. Good God. And when I was a kid, Dora the Explorer sucked. Blue's Clues was the shit back in the day. When you were a kid, back in the early 2000s, Blue's Clues was the shit. If you weren't watching Blue's Clues, you were not cultured as a kid. Your parents failed you. If you were not watching Blue's Clues, you were failed as a kid, and your parents are failures. Anyway, but back to a failure of a story, and then we get to Ragnarok. I want to drop some information on you guys. We spend 2 hours riding a yak in Ironwood. We spend 35 fucking minutes in Ragnarok. 35 fucking minutes. 2 hours riding a fucking yak in Ironwood. Ironwood. For 2 fucking hours. Ragnarok. The point of the fucking game, I think. I think it was the point of the game. Because a part of me think it's tell Kratos basically go fuck himself and then move on to the Atreus game. So it's basically like 3 ways I'm going with this game. Like the planning, it's not going in one singular direction, it's going in like 5. But we spend 35 minutes in a lackluster Ragnarok versus 2 hours on a yak. Ragnarok was disappointing. It was basically combined fighting, walking, fighting, walking, fighting, walking. It was basically like you're doing side content to get to a boss. When you're in Ragnarok, the whole boss fight. And then you want to know what the Ragnarok monster that you went to Helheim, or not Helheim, Muspelheim? Whatever fire dimension or fire place that there was in the game. I forgot because I basically just watched these back to back to back. And everything is just molding together. That's why I wrote notes, and I should have wrote notes of the realms. But anyway, whatever. You know what the Ragnarok monster did in Ragnarok that you built? That you basically went to Surtur, basically combined him and his wife's heart. He did fuck all of anything. He did fucking nothing. Besides sit there and give you, a huge monster, a huge Titan-esque monster God of War thing. Cool. It's like, check that. Hey, Steven, check that off the checkboard. Sick. We're good. That's literally all it was. He did nothing. You turned him from Surtur to the Ragnarok monster, and he did nothing. Zilch. Zero. Nada. Not a fucking thing. Besides squashing Freya's brother, killing him, and sending everybody back, and basically having everybody else go through a portal that Atreus' girlfriend opened up and said, "Come on in! Come on in!" I don't understand the planning of the Ragnarok monster story. It was nothing. It was just we made him for nothing. We made him to be a decoration. That was it. He was a decoration. And then you went with the Thor fight. Why the fuck are we making Thor sympathetic? I've waited to do the Thor thing together. Why are we making Thor sympathetic? He's a villain. Villains are supposed to make you feel sympathetic, yes. But then kick you in the dick. He got one part of it. They got one part of the villain arc right. And then forgot to kick us in the dick. The next part. They just completely goddamn forgot. And decided, we're going to make Thor sympathetic. We're going to decide to kill Thor, but not Kratos, who should have killed Thor. It's Odin. And then I was sitting there like, what? What? Why? Why? He's literally your best bet to kill Kratos. You can't kill Kratos on your own. You would need Thor to do it. because they're about a match for power. Power-wise, they're here. Smarts-wise, Kratos is like up here to Thor. Power-wise, they're equal. Then you kill your best bet to match with Kratos, power for power, and then your other best bet in Thrud, you throw Mjolnir, yeet that bitch about 500 feet that way. This is the most hilarious part of the Thor fight. Fucking Odin just yeets his granddaughter, just yeet, and then fucking flies. I was dying when I saw that. I was dying when I seen Odin go wee, go yeet, and then basically throw her into the fucking next game. We'll go into the next game and see Thrud just go ding, and go, what the fuck was that? Oh well, bye Thrud. Still flying. It's like 4 years down the line. You're still flying around. God damn, what velocity did Odin throw that with? Fucking hilarious. But then we get into the actual Odin fight. With Odin, after he yeets his granddaughter and kills his son. And the Odin fight is disappointing. There's no marking of memories getting brought up. There's no manipulation. There's no nothing. It's boring, boring, and boring. Cool. It was an Odin fight that sucked. He was a terrible villain, and his fight was terrible. Thor fight was a lot better. Because Thor actually wanted to fight. Fight smart. And fight within the character's basic rules. They basically went power for power. Which makes sense. Because Thor can match the power of Kratos. Boom, that makes logical sense. Odin tried to go power for power with Kratos. That's about here with Odin and here with Kratos. It makes no sense. It's not logical. You had to put a little bit of nightmares to give Odin a little bit of an advantage to match Kratos. Power for power. But yet, you decide not to. And then Sindri kills him. Fucking what? No manipulation from Odin. Master manipulator. No manipulation. Cool. Just nothing. Fucking nothing. From Odin. Fucking nothing. Just nada. Zilch. Zero. Nada. Not a thing. And then the ending. The ending was good. You see everybody is back from Asgard. I don't know where the fuck they're at. I don't know if they're in Midgard. I don't know if they're somewhere in like the Lake of Nine or something. Whatever that lake was called, that temple, Tyr's Temple. I don't know if they're at Tyr's Temple or where they're at. But you see Freya there. She was actually she was actually tolerable in this situation where she thanks Atreus. She basically says, Atreus, you're a great warrior. We walk around. We say hi to everybody. We say hi to Thrud and her mother. After Thrud was just yeeted with Mjolnir, she somehow just came back. Mjolnir is powerful. And Sif, after she for some reason turns on Odin for no reason, she's there. After turning on her husband, oh no, turning on her father-in-law for no fucking reason whatsoever, just so quick and fast for no reason. You didn't care about the Midgardians when they were put in, and then Atreus brings them up. Then you care. I thought I heard something. I'm home alone. I thought I heard something. Anyway. And then she's there. Why? One, it doesn't even make sense for Thrud to be there because she just got yeeted with Mjolnir. Whatever. That's the only logical part of it. Everybody else is where they should be because everybody else, outside of Freya's brother, who got squished by Ragnarok, which is the only thing Ragnarok monster did, is in there. Is there where they should be. They're there, and they're good. It's like, alright, we're where we should be. Logically, we're where we should be. But then we have a nice moment with Kratos and Atreus, where Kratos bids goodbye to his son. He walks off, goes with Angrboda to go find the giants. And then Kratos opens up one of the prophecies, and he sees he's either praised or he's their champion. I have no fucking clue. He's either praised in Greece or the champion of Midgard. I have no fucking clue. But speaking of Kratos, after the ending, which was good for what they had, where the fuck does he go? Where does Kratos go after this? You basically had Atreus fly into his next game. He's good. He's set for his next game. Kratos, he's basically in a situation where we're fucked. Well, we'll just sit here, wait for Atreus, and we're just, I'll just sit here, twiddle my goddamn thumbs, waiting for Atreus, and then, oh, Atreus, okay, now I can do something. Where does Kratos go? Like, put it in the comments. I have no idea where Kratos goes. But these are my reasons why the Ragnarok story was a failure. Now, I know this is probably going to be disliked because Ragnarok was a decent game. The combat was good, the story sucked. So, putting that in the middle, decent. But tell me your opinions in the comments. Thank you for watching. I'll see you later.